you people a chance to join us. I hope you've had a marvellous week. We start our services at 9 o'clock on the dot. I just give myself that extra moment just to come on in so I can get everything set up. And yeah, if there's anyone out there who would like to show me how to work the technical side, that would be awesome. So, I believe it's now 9 o'clock. Welcome to Creative Rootz Ministry's Sunday service for Soil and Soul. I'm Rev Em, one of the founders of Creative Rootz Ministry. It's a non-denominational ministry, so believe me, we're not about any particularly spiritual belief or any belief whatsoever. What you will find is a whole mix of everything coming in, joining together, because beneath everything there is one message. So thank you for showing up, thank you for joining us, thank you for watching. We see you, we appreciate you, and we are so grateful for your presence here today. Creative Rootz Ministry we're showing up as an act of service. We're for all people, all places, all planets. We're here to reconnect you so you can remember who you were before the world told you who to be. We encourage you to stay open, be curious, always ask questions, just not during the live. Any questions, just fire them over to me and I'll answer them as soon as I can. But it's really important in life that we stay open to asking questions, and we question everything, because that's when we find what's true for us and we're not listening to what everyone else is telling us. So we believe in the one people. That was two fingers, but one people, one society, one universe. We believe in one love which lies beneath everything. One love that accepts and appreciates you right now, right here, right where you are. We join together through community today to expand our awareness, to meet together, expand our awareness of self and each other. For the one life, for the one love which connects us all. Today's theme for the week is hiding in plain sight. And it's quite an interesting thing, actually, because I woke up with the words hiding in plain sight. I was like, okay, how do I work with this? I've had a very interesting week. And I believe the great writer Lewis Carroll had placed a hidden invitation in with Alice in Wonderland, hidden in plain sight, when he said, the secret, Alice, is to surround yourself with people who make your heart smile. Only then you'll find Wonderland. Now, there are many things hiding in plain sight. And it's a well-known practice for soldiers and people in surveillance to hide in plain sight. The samurai were particularly good at it. People thought they were invisible warriors. And a few days ago, on the 8th of May, it was VE Day, which is victory in Europe. It celebrated the end of the Second World War. It may be 80 years now since the Second World War. But today, there is currently, according to the Geneva Academy, 108 armed conflicts that are going on, happening in places around the world. Did we really remember? Did we learn our lesson? So I invite you to join me. I'm now getting my other thing up. We're going to have a 2-minute silence to remember all of those who were affected by conflict. So it doesn't have to be in the Second World War, but seriously, so many people all around the globe were affected by just that one thing, which affected many countries. And now there's 108 armed conflicts that we know about happening around the world. So please, you know, take this moment to reflect. Hope you can hear this. Thank you. I'd like to invite you to take a moment to recognise we all share one planet. We are part of one race. We all breathe the one same breath and we drink the one same water. We cannot harm one without harming another. We know this from seeing the effects 80 years on. How many still alive carry that trauma? There's no one with any common sense who would support the separateness and the division that is war. We are one global family who all want to live in peace. We all wish to be safe and we all want to be well. Please allow this commonality, this global commonality, to be the one thing that unites us all. Never forget our ancestors, our global family, our brothers and sisters, and we light a candle for them today. And we join with the mothers who will always be holding a silent vigil for them. And we pray that they're surrounded and touched by loving kindness. Remember, prayer is one of those amazing things that you don't have to be anything to pray. You just need to acknowledge there's something out there that's a bit wider than you, a bit than your conscious mind. So I'm going to share a story today. It's a remarkable story, actually. It's a remarkable and true story about hiding in plain sight. And it's a tale of a Buddhist monk statue. And in the 13th century, there was a Buddha, a monk, who reached a state of enlightenment. And he reached it during meditation, and he died. And when I say died, his body was dead. And to honour him, a solid gold statue was built, and it sat in a temple for many years. And then when the Burmese-Siamese War occurred many years later in 1767, there was an invasion, and the monks decided, like, the place is being invaded, let's get together. And what they did is they come together to cover the gold statue with plaster, and they stuck glass on, and there it was, hiding in plain sight. Or, you know, it just looked like a glass and plastered Buddha statue. So they did this to save it from destruction, which actually worked. Shortly after the, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but I am reading this, Ayutthaya Empire, and it fell. And the statue was removed from its original location. Centuries later, in 1955, so much more closer to where we are now, during the statue being relocated, again, it wouldn't be the first time, the statue was dropped. It caused some plaster to drop off, and it revealed this little glimmer of gold. Upon closer inspection, it was discovered the whole statue was gold. It was solid gold beneath the plaster. And it had remained protected, hiding for centuries, despite being placed in prominent positions, in plain sight. No one expected it to be more, because it didn't look like anything special. And I recognise we are all just like this Buddha statue. We may not look particularly like anything special. We all blend into the background, and everyone goes on about their lives. And we don't feel it's safe really to be ourselves. We're not often sure who we even are. So we blend in, we stay back, we keep ourselves hidden. And I can understand fully why we'd want to do that, because it's scary to allow ourselves to be seen. And we don't know what's going to happen when we show up. And it takes so much courage to show up and be vulnerable, especially in public. I'd say a public place, but really nowadays we've got the internet, you know, and things like YouTube and things. Certainly takes courage to show up. So like the Buddha statue, while the world doesn't feel safe, we don't know who we are. We keep ourselves contracted, we hold ourselves back, and we stay with our familiar. We stay in that uncomfortable comfort zone. And we just avoid anything that might keep us standing out too far. For many of us, we work on ourselves, but hidden away behind closed doors, and we keep being in our sacred silence, so we can really just discover, keep asking questions, you know, explore philosophies, spiritualities, religions, until the day comes up when we feel we can show up in a capacity that only we can, because we're all such amazing, unique individuals, and be courageous enough to be vulnerable, to step up authentically and show the world quite what we're made of, to share our gifts. We don't realise often from our normal state of being, because we're so disconnected from ourselves that we don't even have to try. We don't realise we don't have to try to push ourselves. We don't have to push ourselves into trying to do good or trying to do anything particular, because our natural state of being is to be a radiant force of good on this planet. I mean, how awesome is that? It's supposed to be, if we weren't so scared and worrying, you know, it's all about, we are supposed to radiate love. Like the animals do it, like the bees going about radiating love and pollinating is just being a bee. You know, the flowers are just hanging out there, they're just being, and they're just being absolutely beautiful, and they're radiating so much love. This is our natural state of being. There's nothing more to it really. It's just that we disassociate. So when we're just going about in our world without trying to do anything, and we're taking a moment to open a door for someone, or we smile at someone in the street, or we pause at the lights just for a little bit longer to let another car go through, that's when our gold is shining. This is where we are shining through the mask that we're holding, and someone else is seeing our glimmer of truth, and they're reminded of the pricelessness of the beauty that can be in one simple moment, like the beauty that is life. Until we're ready, you know, little bits of these glimmers will keep popping through, and people will just keep seeing it, and maybe we're not even aware what we're doing, of how we're showing up in the world. So we don't try, we can just be. And only when we're ready to reveal ourselves, when the time is right, just like the statue, we'll be ready. We'll just know that that's the time, and we can fully shine. We step boldly forward, we're able to show up, and we can show up the potential that we really, really are. We're shining our infinite light. We become the lighthouse who guides other people in their storms until they feel that it's safe to shine. And that's so important. We are the invitation for other people without even opening our mouths. So precious. So the real Buddha story is genuine proof of how there are amazing things all around us which we don't see. And unless we return to presence, there's nothing grandiose about it. In other words, unless we return to just being ourselves, it's where we find the infinite potential around us, you know, we won't be able to show the world. We won't be able to shine our light. We'll always think that there's something missing when we're right here where we are, hiding in plain sight. Hiding around us in plain sight, so many treasures. But by slowing down and taking a pause, refocusing on ourselves, we recover our natural state of being. And it is here and it is now, from this point, from this moment that we're here sharing this today, that we find our power, and it's the power that will really change the world. This is how we can change the world without even trying. We don't have to look outside ourselves. We don't need to look at someone else for them to save us, because within ourselves, that power that we contain, it really is enough. For those of you thinking, what, me? I'm not powerful. I don't shine. I don't want to be part of this crazy world anymore. I see you and I hear you. I genuinely do. And there are those of us that are still trying to save the world. We put our focus outside of ourselves. Well, let me share this today. It's when we put our focus outside of ourselves instead of inside of ourselves, we give away our power. Like, instead of utilizing that power within to heal, we're trying to heal everybody else. So I'm not talking about ignoring what's outside of us. And I'm not talking about bypassing the world and avoiding what's already there, because I like to get real. I like to be realistic. So what I'm saying is, no matter what is going on in that world around you, by taking full responsibility for where we are right here, right now, we can make a difference, and we can start small, and we can start today. And from that space and from that place that we begin, which is right here, right now, we really do change the world. I had this discussion with someone this week, and they said to me, But don't you think you're being a little naive, thinking that just you or just me could actually save the world? And I tell you no. And I stand convicted in my truth, because as one person who was fear, doubt, worry kind of ruled my life at one point, and I would sit there and I would worry and try and save and fix everybody else. And I would keep coming back to myself and then put my energy somewhere else. It was only when I received what's called the shamanic earth keeper's rights in, I think it was 2020, that my mindset changed. Now, why it changed, I don't suppose it really matters. But what I do know is I decided that just as this one person, I could create a course. And I created this course called the Humanure Composter, Conscious Composter course. And as we stand here or sit here today, I have 1,800 students globally. So this one little me who just decided to send out a free course to help the planet helped those people, 1,800 people, to tune in and do something that would help them take responsibility for an aspect of their life. Each one of those people then took on what was said, sometimes in a really small way, sometimes in a bigger way. And they then rippled out. Their intention to do something affected how they acted, how they behaved in their areas of the world. It didn't stop there, because I had a book, and I wrote a book. I wrote a couple of books. I know now from writing those books and people coming back to me that when those books went out and people read them, it helped change their lives, because they contemplated on what was just in front of them and they came to their own conclusions. And then back then I didn't even know it was possible to own my own place or do anything. So huge. I didn't know what was possible. But I didn't restrain myself. I just stayed open. I concentrated on myself. I took responsibility. I kept doing the work and I stayed open. And here I am. It's less than 5 years later. And I own my own land, which is here to share. I own my own home. I have a project where I support people with permaculture. I've welcomed over 100 guests from all around the globe. Each one of us learns something from our interactions and then goes on about our lives and continues to change our actions and then change how we show up in the world. So for anyone who thinks that they have not got the power and it's not possible, I tell you it is. I tell you without a shadow of a doubt, it is. You can, and you've got it inside you. And you start today, and you start from here, and you start from now, right where you are. Because together, each one of us has this power from where we're at to change the world. Because as we change us, everything around us changes. And it is from this place where we will get to a point where there's that many of us going, look, we just can't live like that anymore. We cannot live according to those rules. We cannot show up in society like that. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of our planet. When we take care of ourselves and our planet, we will be getting world peace, because our brothers and sisters will stand beside us and say, we will not fight. We will put our guns down. And there is nothing naive about that. How do I know that? Because when I was presented with a situation where it was just me sat there and someone said, what side are you taking? I refused to take a side, and he got really cross and really violent and really tried to push his way. And I stood there in my truth and I say, I will not take sides. There is no side. You are family. We are part of one global family. We are part of one world. In this world, nature doesn't see any borders. It is only man-made borders that exist. And as men and women, we don't have to even acknowledge those borders anymore. We can be like the Rising Appalachia song, let the dove fly, because we're just moving in wider circles. Today we're touching people right around the planet. Wise man, beautiful. Hi, Miss Patty from Cali. Awesome. I'm so glad to see you. I hope your operation went well. Carl, hola, bon dia. James, over in the UK. So already in this small space with this one person, this one video, we're all sharing this same time. And I'm excited by that, and I am passionate about that, because it's from this point that we change our world. Simply put, by taking responsibility for ourselves, our life changes. So I wrote a poem for today's service, and it's called a reverse poem. I'll just get a cup of tea, 1 second. And a reverse poem is really quite cool, because like life, it looks one way. At first it looks one way, but then when we take a moment and look again, it looks completely different. Life is so much like that. So here we go. I'm just moving it down so I get it right. You can't see my light. Don't tell me I'm hiding in plain sight. I must hide away. Don't tell me that I'm safe today. The world's plight and fight. Don't tell me the world is love and light. Now reading this poem in reverse. The world's love and light. Don't tell me the world's plight and fight. I am safe today. Don't tell me I must hide away. I'm hiding in plain sight, but don't tell me you can't see my light. Here, in this poem, I am inviting the listener to contemplate two perspectives hiding in plain sight. Same language, same words, different tone, same meaning. The first reading is when a person is living in fear. And the second is when a person, the pause represents a time when a person turns inwards and looks again. And the second reading then is when a person's realising their true potential, which, when we realise our true potential, we are unstoppable as a person. And then as a society, if we all just came back to ourselves, we would be unstoppable. There would be no governments and no controlling measures that could stop us, because we contain that power. Like my book says, it's about rebirthing a revolution, starting today, starting with where we're at right now, coming back to ourselves. So now we're going to move into a practice, and it's one of the most beneficial global practices ever for helping a person to recover their truth. It's called meditation. I don't know how many people have heard of meditation or practiced meditation before. But meditation brings us back to ourselves, okay? So this is a place where we remember, where we recover, where we can return to our natural, peaceful state of being. Meditation works from the inside out. We don't need anyone else to do it, And as we do our inner work, all aspects of our life start to change in a really powerful way. So I'm going to talk you through a guided meditation. So I'm just going to get our soak on. Just give us a moment, because there's this thing called Soak. I just want to add in an advert here. They're not a sponsor or anything, but I really appreciate this app. It is like a it's like a multitasking app, if in a way. So you get your soak on and it changes your frequency while you're doing something. When you get your soak on, you have this in the background so you can meditate on it just as it is. You can play it as you go into the gym. They've got things so that you can go to the gym and actually like work out while listening to the gym thing, and it increases your workout. You can do it while you're not feeling well. They've got things for digestion. You can do it while you're sleeping and it improves your sleep. The United States Air Force are known to use it. So come on in and let's get our soak on. So we're going to just pop this on, and I want you to let me know that you can hear it. Can you? Oh. Can you hear it and hear me? Could anyone tell me whether they can hear that and hear me? Awesome, thanks Miss Patty. So if we'll just take a moment, take a deep breath, close your eyes if it's safe to do so. Please don't close your eyes whilst driving. Settling down now into the body. Sense its presence, the body's presence on the seat. Feeling the seat supporting you. Following down your legs, past your knees, past your ankles, and feel your feet and their pressure on the floor. Feeling the solid ground beneath your feet, reminding you that you are always held and supported by nature, for it is here where you belong. Remember, you are never alone, as the birds sing to you, as the wind tussles your hair and cools your skin, as the earth beneath your feet grounds you. Each noise reminds you you are home, right here, right now, in the gift of the present. Know life is revealing itself to you, through you and as you, a sense of herbs and flowers, through the aromatherapy that is life. Notice how nature is your constant companion. Feel the rhythm of the trees and the bushes and the grasses dance in the breeze, whatever the weather, inviting you to join them. Recognize the resilience in nature and feel the safe, stable, natural presence stabilizing you through and as each breath, strengthening you through and as the food that you eat, cleaning and cleansing you through and as the water you drink, and reigniting the fires of life within you through and as you, quieting down and hear life calling. Open to feel your natural state of being and belonging, reawakening through and as you. Acknowledge the glimmers of beauty and of pleasance in the people who dare to share. A smile, a greeting, and the gift of the present, in moments of peace and plenitude, feeling grateful for glimmers, knowing from this day forward you will notice the magic and the miracles of life all around. Returning now to your body consort, noticing your breath, breathing naturally, wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, and gently roll the shoulders back. Coming back now to reconnect to us all here. Knowing this is where we belong. Remembering we reinforce our resilience and our power with practice. The practice of meditation is worth its weight in gold many times over. Our resilience grows. Our growth becomes healing. And in time, we learn it is okay to be. And we can be more and more. With practice, we realise we no longer have to hide. With practice, we find there are parts of us we are meant to reveal and heal. With practice, we recognise we have potential to transform our pain into wisdom, into compassion, and into grow. And in doing so, we can emerge so much stronger and more resilient than ever before. With practice, we can rediscover what true belonging, peace, and freedom look like and feel like within our bodies and our hearts. Often for the first time in a long time, I still remember that, learning to feel again. So let's return to meeting ourselves where we're at, right here and right now, in this moment, the only place that ever exists. The past has passed. The future is not here yet. There's too many things to go thinking about, too many variables. Don't even go there. It's just self-cruelty. And give ourselves the best beginning so we become our best version of who we really are. So now I would like to share this week's affirmation. So if you weren't here for the last couple of weeks and you're just joining me, welcome. An affirmation is simply a statement where we can retrain our brain to come back online to support our highest growth. So this week's affirmation is, it's okay to be me. It's the best I can be. Which is a bit funky, that. It reminds me of Dr. Seuss. So please say it with me, because there's, best place to start is now. And so say after me, it's okay to be me. It's okay to be me. It's the best me I can be. It's the best me I can be. And again, please, it's okay to be me. It's okay to be me. It's the best me I can be. It's the best me I can be. That was the cat trying to catch a butterfly. And one more time. It's okay to be me. It's the best me I can be. So if you repeat this statement, this affirmation throughout the week, you are giving yourself permission to become a newer, truer version of you, which opens you up to more possibilities and more potential. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So now we're going to, please join me, please join me as we raise our frequency now, as we vibe with our Creative Roots tribe for this week, as I speak these shared words. 4, and on behalf of each one of us here today. If you want, you can close your eyes, you can stand up, sit down, hang upside down, whichever way resonates. I am so grateful. I am so grateful to be here, right now. And I am so grateful that you are right here, right now. I am so grateful that we are right here, right now. And I am so grateful for the glimmers of true presence. And I am so grateful for the inspiration hidden in plain sight around each and every one of us every day. And I am so grateful for the glimmers through the loving language of law. And I am so grateful for the inspiration hidden in plain sight that remind us that it's okay to be ourselves, that redirect our power back to our presence, that revive our hearts and our minds, that reawaken our love for ourselves and each other. And from this place and space of gratitude, I recognize that I can feel the omnipresence of nature everywhere, right now, as the one omniactive power. And it's showing up through and as life. I recognize this one primal potent life force, which is nature, as the one natural, ever giving, ever expanding, ever evolving source of life that we are. And I recognize this one radiant, omni-amorous light as the one natural ever-givingness that we come from and we go to and we live as. This one primal potent life force, which is nature. And I know and I experience this through and as me. And as we, as a constant, loving, indiscriminate, natural law, which is always, in all ways, hiding in plain sight. I stand today fully convicted in my knowingness that if this one potent power, one absolute presence is everywhere, then it is radiating from right here, right now, where we are. And I realize when I act, my natural way of acting is acting effortlessly through and as every one of us here, radiating as the one love, as the all-giving, all-expanding, ever-evolving, indiscriminate source of love and force of love that we are, right here, right now. And we remember what we are in our natural, stabilized state of beingness. We believe that we belong right here, right now. We belong right here. As I am, we already are. And I am thankful that today is this day. And I'm thankful that today is the day we remember and reclaim ourselves and return to our loving, indiscriminate presence of who and what we are. I am thankful we can stabilize and support a new way of being. And I am thankful we now respond to life through the love and presence we already are, with the power that we already reclaimed. And I speak these words as my truth today, and I release them as the loving language of natural law, which is now returned as results. We are knowing our natural state of being. We are radiating love. And so it is. And so it shall be. And so we are. Aho, Ashe, Amen. I want to shout out now to the mothers all around the world. Happy Mother's Day, Miss Patty. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers around the world, especially those practicing and do Mother's Day today in America. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining us over on the Silver Coast in Portugal, over in California, over in Los Angeles, over in Allenby on the coast in the UK, all around the world. Thank you for joining us. We're not just here on the Sundays. Oh no, we are here 7 days a week. You find us on YouTube, you find us on Instagram, you find us on Facebook. We're hiding in plain sight. Come, join us. So follow us. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to support you. If you'd like some prayer, just get in touch. We'd be honoured to pray for you. Drop us a message. Don't forget to support me by clicking the like button and sharing. Join me and Carl Munson on the Good Morning Portugal show. It's this Tuesday, Portugal and UK time. We'll be on nice and early. I do believe we start at 8 o'clock. And I can't wait to go live with Carl, as we do once a month. And we talk about living and dying consciously, not just in Portugal, but all around the globe. And I love that. It's one of my favourite parts of the month. So before we all go, I've created a blessing specially for you all today. And it's inspired by Dr. Seuss, which came to me as I wrote my poem. I was like, So today and every day, may you remember you. May you remember what's truer than true. May you remember there's no one alive more you than you. Namaste. Have a great week, people. Take care. And I'll see you at Agape service online, Miss Callie. I'm not sure how to turn this off, but there you go. I guess we're with each other for a bit longer.